Put a line. Oh, hello there. Hello, friends.
Why?
Hello, friends. I'm
Friends
Fabian
and
Gates.
family?
This this is a tradition unlike any other. The four battle winners.
Yes, sir.
Got my guy Damon Randall on with me, and the rest of the guys will show up. Hopefully, if they don't, they're gonna get cussed out in the group chat. So on our hot podcast tonight, Stephon Diggs to Texans. Can you say AFC Championship game?
Ooh wee.
Can you say Final Four? Not what we predicted in NBA last couple weeks. And I'm not going to do the Cowboys this week. I'm going to wait till the NFL season start before I bring the Cowboy intro back. But this part of the show, say let go.
Let's go.
Team and Big D. That's what makes this funny. How about the Cowboys? How about the Cowboys? Some way, somehow, when it counts, just wait. They will let you down. The accident, they will mess it up. Just wait. The accident, they will let you down. Just wait. The accident, the accident, waiting to happen. It will happen. I'm predicting they're gonna be irrelevant. I'm predicting an absolute embarrassment for the last decade and a half. They make me laugh. All the talent that they have is unbelievable, man. Big D, teasing you. This is what they do. The weed show up on cue. Accident, something will go wrong. The accident of the big Jumbotron. Accident, gone. Gotta recognize it's a black cat running around as a franchise. Say it with accident, they will mess it up. Just wait. The accident, they will let you down. Just wait. The accident, the accident, waiting to happen. It will happen. How about the Cowboys?
And this is the Four Battle Boy podcast. I lied. I lied. We're on Sundays and Wednesdays, 9 p.m. We haven't been on a couple Sundays, but this Sunday we definitely have to come on after the women's championship game. We definitely have to come on. Crazy Straw, Ryan's product. Crazy got straws, crazy straws. We got Diddy. Just for me. Oh, look who back. We'll get him in a second.
I told you we had a surprise.
Hold on.
I told you.
We gotta get a sponsor if we get a surprise. Just for me, if you guys grade your facial hair, your beard, go to aisle 3 in Walmart. Get your Just for me. That's wave and groom. Michael Atwater has had waves since 1994. He has a bald head. He still has waves. That's wave and groom. It's in the red and white jar. This be
What the hell I got something to do with that, man?
it's $3.99 at Dollar General. Arizona tea. How much, Damon?
$1.
What you have in 30 minutes?
Diabetic shot.
And what you gonna be taking for that diabetic shot?
Lantus and any type of insulin you can get hold to. And if you don't be careful, you might get something amputated within 4 to 5 days.
So basically,
It ain't gonna be your dick, is it, David, man?
No.
No. Okay.
Okay. Well, Facebook, YouTube, buynightshirt.com, Bernard Ingram. Send us some stuff, Bernard. Send us some stuff. We'll send you the address. Just send us some stuff. We like them new jackets you got. Them new jackets. Damon New Podcast, Chop It Up. He has a Patreon page. Go ahead and follow that for my boy.
Yeah, come check me out, man. Got a whole lot of stuff going on. Different topics. We just going and rolling, man. I appreciate everybody that support.
And our final sponsor, we got Henny and Coke, Crown Royal XO, Ginger Ale, the Dark Liquors. And we have a special guest, a friend of the show, Horatio Major. What did he do?
Out on bail, fresh out of jail, California.
No dreaming.
What's
As soon as I stepped on the scene, I hear no school just screaming.
Good to see you, big fella.
Good to see y'all boys.
Big fella.
Been a minute.
Been a minute. Good to see you, big bro.
I appreciate that.
Let's get right into this stuff. We're gonna go ahead and start with it. Stephon Diggs to Houston. Stephon Diggs was traded to Houston today for a second-round pick in 2025. Texas received Stephon Diggs' this big-ass contract and a 56th round draft pick as well. I'm put shot on a hot seat already. Does this make Houston a contender for at least the AFC Championship?
Absolutely. Stephon Diggs is an elite wide receiver. He's one of the top 5 wide receivers in the game.
Whoa.
Hey, I come fresh
Top
out.
5 wide receivers in the game.
Yeah, top 5. Absolutely. So let's talk about that. Nobody heard of Kirk Cousins. before that boy was over there. Him and Adam Thielen was tearing it up.
Kirk Cousins was there yet. He wasn't there yet. He wasn't there when Kirk Cousins got there.
Who wasn't there?
It was Case Keenum. He was there with Case
I'm
Keenum.
pretty sure Stephon was there. I could be wrong.
I'll check. I'll look it up. Go ahead. Keep going.
He was there. It was him and Adam Thielen was tearing it up. That was Kirk Cousins' first big year, and then they shipped him off to Buffalo because he was mad at what he wasn't getting, in Minnesota. And somebody, an NFL guy, Xavier Rose, told me, he named his top 5 receivers. I think I ended up saying this on the podcast, and he said Stephon Diggs was one of them boys. He said, "Watch what he do over there in Buffalo." Before then, we was just about to write Josh Allen off. Josh Allen was the big guy that could throw the ball, but he wasn't accurate. We was just about to write him off. Stephon Diggs came, and we've been screaming Josh Allen for MVP ever since.
Hey, Rachel, I don't mean to cut you off, but right without even blinking, when we talk about top 5 receiver, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, and CD Lamb without even thinking. I ain't even thought about nobody else when they talking about receiver. Then
you got Devontae, and then you got Stephon. That's 5.
Tyreek Hill.
And I was about to say Tyreek Hill, but I mean, I like Jamar Chase. But Jamar, and I think Stephon Diggs and Jamar Chase, we can debate that. And that's nothing against Jamar Chase. That's just me debating putting my guy at 5 and somebody putting Jamar Chase at 6. That's all I'm saying.
Like we could argue Devontae Smith, we could argue AJ Brown, Mike Evans. Like it's okay. What y'all think, man? Y'all too.
I'm actually good with the first 5 you named, to be honest. I mean, to be fair.
Hold up. Y'all ain't told my producer Anatoly I'm back. I wouldn't even be having this conversation if Anatoly knew I was on the set. I apologize, Anatoly. I ain't let you know I was coming back on the set. You know what I'm saying?
I actually think Stephon could top that top 5. I mean, if you run him off the top of your mind, he probably would be one of the first 5 you name.
No, it's 5 receivers in the league better than Stephon Diggs. CD, Tyreek, Jamar, and Justin. That's 4. Stephon Diggs might get in the top 10, but
you just named 4, and then you know what I'm saying. If to me, this is just me. If you was able to name 5, you'd have knocked 5 off like that. Well, wouldn't have been.
I don't know. I don't know if Stephon Diggs will be automatically next. Like them 4 guys I just named, to me, are the cream of the crop as far as receivers in the NFL. Stephon Diggs will be in that next category. It ain't no guarantee he 5. So Stephon Diggs, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Mike Evans, all them guys is in that same little boat. They in that boat. So he ain't a lock for 5. That's all I'm saying. And that's super debatable. Which, of course, that's what we're doing now. But Stephon Diggs, when you think of after them 4 names, Stephon Diggs don't automatically pop up. Now, if we go to stats and all that, I mean, okay, he's a 4-time Pro Bowler.
He's one of them few difference makers, man. Like, wherever he goes.
So 5 out of his last 6 seasons, he's had over 100 catches.
Y'all look at them other boy numbers. Look at Mike Evans' numbers, too, now when we pull that up.
Oh, Mike Evans is the model of consistency. Mike Evans is the real goal.
He's never caught 100 passes in a season, though. Mike Evans.
Your boy CD just jumped on the scene with a monster year this year. I ain't taking nothing away from him, but the last couple of years he's been ascending. He ain't got Stephon Diggs' numbers of consistency though. Stop that.
Well, I mean, he ain't been in the league long enough either. CD Lamb been in the league, what, 3-4 years?
Last year was his first monster year. He had 135. I give him that. No, ain't nobody taking nothing away from CD. He won me a lot of money. The year before that, he did good. The first 2 years, I'm looking at it, 74 catches, 79 catches. And in the last 2, he's been ascending. Stephon been doing that, though.
Yeah, you also got to look at with Dallas. They didn't have a running game last year, Mike. All they was doing was throwing the ball after they said they want to run the ball this year. And he really was their only option because Brandon Cooks was not being utilized. Michael Gallup was trash. So, but yeah, back earlier with shot. Kirk Cousins did play Stefan's last 2 years.
Right. Okay. Know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he had 102 catches Kirk's first year there, and they only caught 63 catches his second year.
Which is why he got pissed and told him to trade him.
Trade him, yeah.
Right. And check it. Hold up. If you look at them numbers,
127, 103, 127 catches,
135.
There you go.
That might make the argument that he is top 5. What Fabe just brought up might make the argument.
Then you put it with C.J. Stroud, who had the best touchdown to interception ratio ever for a rookie. I think he had 26 touchdown, 5 interceptions, something like that.
Yeah.
And let's look at it like this too. He had over 100 catches this year, 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns, and he was disgruntled. Remember, and y'all play fantasy football. They completely isolated that boy the last 4-5 games of the season, and he still finished with 100 catches and 1,000 yards.
No, it was 8 games. I wouldn't 5. It was 8. He didn't break 100 yards the last 8 games of the season.
Okay, still finished with a grand.
Still finished with a grand. So where does let me turn around on y'all. I'm start with Damon, then Mike, then Shot. Where does this leave Buffalo? Because Gabe Davis is in Jacksonville.
I would say that this probably might be the beginning of the end. This might have been their last hurrah, man. In my opinion.
Is it that they didn't want to pay him?
I don't know.
They had no cap space. They was in the red. Right till they got rid of all them players and had Von Miller restructure the contract.
I don't know if football is a crazy game. You know, Stephon Diggs might find somebody to step right in, and Buffalo still might be fighting. But it's a difference in Stephon Diggs and somebody else. But I mean, I'm thinking, and this is just me, and I could be totally wrong, that Buffalo probably will take somewhat of a dive because it kind of hurt Josh Allen a little bit. I think it's going to be that's one of the security blankets that he lost, even though, you know, he was disgruntled and he played. It was still a security blanket for Josh. Josh may be taking off a little bit more. He might be doing a little bit more running this year because one of them blankets is gone. He got a little trust in Diggs, man. I think they might take a little hit. This might be where Miami come on through.
No.
He said no, quick.
So glad to be back, fellas. So we said they alienated him. He didn't crack 100 the last 8 games, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can somebody tell me what their record was in them 8 games?
I think it was 6-2.
Hello, ain't nobody missing Stephon Diggs.
That's why they traded him, because they didn't need him. They found other ways to win.
And I pulled up the schedule. They lost to they beat the Jets, lost to the Eagles, and then they reeled off 6 in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row before they lost to the Chiefs. That's why they traded him. They won 6 in a row with you being pissed off at us and barely lost to the Chiefs, even though they was at home, 27-24. And they just watched Patrick Mahomes win 2 Super Bowls without Tyreek. I'm just saying.
Hey, what you do then if you Buffalo? Buffalo is probably at the low end of the first round. The wide receiver crop is really good. I'm gonna draft me a wide receiver now. I'm gonna go get me probably a AD Mitchell or that speedster, his teammate Xavier Worthy, and then go get me a veteran wide receiver somewhere. So I'm still gonna be around. Buffalo is still you take 7 teams in the playoff. Buffalo's still one of the top 7 teams in the league, in the AFC.
Where they pick at?
They probably at the bottom, I'm assuming.
Probably 26, 27. Right for the low.
If I was them, if he was there, what y'all think them taking a chance on Keon Coleman? If he's
28. They're at 28.
Oh, they pick right before we do.
If I'm Buffalo, I gotta find a way to get the top 10.
There, I would take a chance on him.
If I'm Buffalo, I'll try to get top 10, get Rome Odunze.
Oh no, man, I'm not moving way up. You know how much I got to give up to move up to
probably
from 26 to 10?
I'm with
No.
Mike. This is a wide receiver rich draft. It's a
game changer.
wide receivers.
Why would I pick him in the first round when I can wait and get him in the second round? And all he is Gabe Davis still there?
No, Gabe Davis in Jacksonville.
Okay, so I can see him going through acquisition, a free agent, going to get a free agent slot receiver. Don't be surprised if my old player Isaiah McKenzie don't come back to Buffalo, because at this point Josh Allen needs somebody that he could trust. And then you can develop that outside guy. But I'm not going to give a wide receiver. I'm not going to pick him in the first round unless it's one of those guys that fall. And Marvin's son ain't falling. So if I can wait.
Faye, you know how much you'll have to give up from going from pick 26 to the top 10? I'm going to tell you what that's the equivalent to. Do you remember the year the Falcons drafted Julio Jones? On how much spots they had to give up to get in the top 10? Me and Ratio talk about that a lot. They gave up a lot to get in the top 10 with Cleveland. So you moving from 26 to the top 10, boy, rough there. That's a lot.
All I'm saying is if you believe if Josh Allen is your guy, because remember, Josh Allen was accurate till Stephon Diggs got there. You're gonna need to do something miraculous to make sure you keep that together. Because I got a fade ball on Anatol. I got a fade ball. Yeah. What the coach name is? McDermott.
Yeah.
He'll be fired the day after their season ends if they do if it's playoffs or regular season. If they do not make it to the Super Bowl, he'll be fired the day after.
Who?
The Buffalo Bills coach.
McDermott.
Sean McDermott.
I ain't see Anatoly on here. What's up, producer?
Hey, you might be right. I usually don't agree with you on a lot of the coachings, but that one might be in there.
He should have been fired this year. Budget coach should have been fired this year. Sirianni, him, McCarthy. If you really want to, you could make
Sirianni. Come on, in Philadelphia?
Yeah, he should have been fired.
Why are you firing him? He just went to the Super Bowl.
And you lost both your coordinators, and then you fired them again, and you're on the hot seat. You lost 7 out of 8 of your last games. You lost the team, dog. And you were 10-1. You ended the season 11-7.
They need to trade AJ Brown. That's Stephon Diggs' first cousin, because he got attitude problem too. If he ain't getting the ball, man, get rid of that foolishness. That's Jalen Hurts' team.
I know one thing. They just get that one with Nico having that breakout year. You really just made CJ Stroud even more dangerous.
Looking at that Texas offense.
Really just made him more dangerous.
Look at that Texas offense did that. That defense is gonna get better with Will Anderson, touchdown high school. That's enough football. We got the draft come up. We're gonna get more football. Let's go ahead and switch over to the Final Four. We'll start with the ladies. Almost all chalk except for UConn and North Carolina State. Crashing the party. Did y'all know this is the first time the men's and women's team had 2 sets of men's and women's team make the Final Four? North Carolina State and UConn. First time in history.
Yeah, I saw that the other day.
Me too.
So look at the bracket challenge. Shot was leading for so long until UConn kept winning, because he had Kentucky winning the championship, and we don't want to talk about it right now. We don't want to talk about it because a lot of us picked Kentucky.
I know UConn look like they steamrolling everybody, man. Hurley got them boys on a roll.
Let me ask y'all this, start with Mike, then Shot, then Damon. Is this UConn's championship to win for the men's side?
Yeah, UConn is, and nobody is talking about UConn because of, college basketball is just not that popular, and the women's game has outshined the men's game. But UConn is about to be, or could be, the first back-to-back champ since the University of Florida. That was almost 17 years ago. JoJo wasn't born 17 years ago, was he, Shot?
He's 15.
So think about how long ago we had a back-to-back champion, and they are straight dominant, man. I'm curious to see if they can go shot for shot with Alabama. Alabama, one of the highest scoring teams in the league, in the country, but they also one of the worst defenses out there too. So if Alabama's hitting their shots, it could be a pretty good game with UConn. But I think the Huskies and Purdue are gonna meet for this one.
Yeah, I think it's UConn, and it's theirs to lose. It's theirs to lose. They're not only can they score, but they play very good defense too, and they can put spurts together. That's all they've been doing the whole tournament. The 30-0 spurt, the 26-10 spurt they had against who was that? I forgot who it was.
San Diego State.
They can put runs together, and after they put the run together, they can sustain the lead. You know what I'm saying? If they get that lead and you let them go on a 10-0 or a 17-5 or whatever, you got a hard fight back, man, because they know how to sustain the lead. That's why I give Hurley a lot of credit. He's a damn good coach. You know, to me, they will have if it's Purdue, they will have a problem with eating. We'll see if they do what I think they're gonna do, they probably gonna pick their poison and just let Edie score and defend the three, which means it's gonna be long shots. That mean they taking off. And you know, Purdue can get boring, and they can get where they don't hit shots and they rely on Edie. You know, they just rely on him. And if they not hitting no shots and them long rebounds come out, UConn probably beat them by 15 or more. But yeah, I think it is theirs to lose.
I'm so glad Purdue got to the Final Four so we can shit Fabe up talking about Matt Painter. I'm so glad that they did.
I'm so glad too. So I can start talking about it. So basically, we all go with UConn for the championship. Purdue.
No,
you're not going with you don't think UConn gonna win?
No, I got NC State.
Oh, you going with nostalgia?
Going with the Cinderella.
No,
John Valvano, baby.
I'm going with the dudes that's playing with the most confidence. They got them two DJs. Go DJ. That's my DJ. They got them two DJs over there. Big DJ Burns and DJ Horns. Them boys playing with swag. They playing with confidence. You know, they bullying people. They knocking down the tray ball. 4 people averaging double digits. Child, please. Them boys clicking at the right time. I got NC State and UConn playing for the big thing.
Hey, is that Randolph Child, DJ Burns?
No,
Fade. No, don't do that.
He do look like
no.
He looks exactly like him. He looks just like him. He looks just like him. He looks just like your daddy. He looks just like your daddy.
Well, your mama say you look like him.
Yeah, he look like Zebo for real, man.
Your mama say that look like my grandson.
Hey, well, when I say he was dominant, Sunday, man, they can't do nothing with it.
That footwork, and NFL team's trying to play offensive line. He's listed 6'9", but he's 6'7".
I haven't seen a post guy like catch fire like that since Juwan Howard. Since Juwan Howard NCAA tournament run, when he was the last Fab Five person there and basically put himself into the top 5 of the NBA lottery with his 4-5 games at his last 4-5 games at Michigan. That boy DJ Burns is killing it. And you know, if I know these dudes, you know they had to get my attention.
Fave, right? His footwork is amazing. With his back to the basket, his footwork is amazing.
Now, DJ Burns, man, and DJ Horn, they got that O'Connell guy, the shooter. I mean, they got a shot.
Well, they've been like Shot said, man. They came together at the right time, and it didn't fizzle out. It actually got stronger as the tournament went on. It didn't fizzle out. So, I mean, that's that magical run with Jim Valvano when he won it. You know, they wasn't picked to win any of them games, not even against Clyde and them. They pulled it out.
That boy, he put NC State back on the map. Shout out to Chris Corciani Rodney Monroe, Fire and Ice. Shout out to them boys.
Hey, what I was just talking about, David? Did I just talk?
Yep.
I was just talking about that.
Chris, man, the Fire and Ice. Them boys were cold.
Yeah, Chris Corciani was from down here. Holla at Miami Lakes.
Man.
Shout out to Tom Gugliotti. See, y'all don't remember Tom Gugliotti?
Yes,
Tom
I do.
Gugliotta. Tom Gugliotta.
Yes, sir. We was in college when he was going off.
Yeah, I forgot he was at NC State. That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
Julius Hodge.
Yeah.
Julius Hodge. That's who I was thinking about. Couldn't think of his name.
I mean, UConn got length now. They got some long people, but you know, I think that he gonna get DJ Burns some problems, but I think DJ Burns gonna bully that boy. He ain't never been boxed out like he about to be boxed out.
You talking about Clingan? Oh no, you talking about Edie.
Whoever the dude that looked like Lurch.
Oh man, this dude is officially back.
Yeah, he back. I think he look like Lurch.
When I saw him, I said, "Oh my God!"
Oh man, my goodness.
I don't know. Klingan 7'2", DJ 6'7", so that's gonna be a wonderful matchup right there.
Yeah, but you remember that dude is 6'7" wide with great footwork.
Good work. Yeah. Let's switch to the ladies right quick. We got UConn back in the Final Four in a couple of years. Caitlin Clark and Iowa, they play against each other. Then you have NC State and South Carolina. I'm gonna start with David on this one. South Carolina has quietly been doing what they need to do to get to the Final Four. They have not had anybody talk about them really, except when they threw confetti on Don Staley and they're picking out the air. So we're not gonna talk about it.
That's actually what Don Staley wants. Go out there and quietly do what we do, and let's go ahead and get this national championship. That's actually perfect for her. To me, there's no stress. Ain't nobody all in her face. She can go in here and coach and get her girls ready because all they worried about is business. They ain't got mics in their face and this, that, and the third. They going in there and handling business. Whereas Caitlin Clark, all-time leading scorer, you know, can she win the championship? She got over the hump with Angel Reese, and you know, it's a lot on her. There's a lot of pressure on her for her to succeed, and she gonna have some issues on her hand with UConn because that other girl, she got hurt. I can't think of her name.
Paige Beckers.
Man, that chick can
Paige
go.
not hurt. Paige not hurt.
She been hurt the last two years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She just really can't. This is her first full season in a couple years. And man, I forgot she was highly recruited. She's a dog.
She was the national player of the year as a freshman, and he went to the national championship game.
Yep.
They lost to who? South Carolina.
South Carolina, yep. She a dog. So now it's like she went from Angel Reese to this chick. So Caitlin Clark got her hands full. Although I got to give her credit, 41-12. And this girl pulling up like she the female Steph Curry. You can't give her this much room because she got a quick release and she can nail that shot. But
think about this. If Paige Beckers would have not got hurt the last 2 years, she would have been where Caitlin Clark is at right now.
Yeah,
she's been where she's at right now. I think she pays.
No, that Juju girl is a stud. From USC?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Jesus Christ.
Go ahead, Shot. Go ahead.
Man, look at here. I ain't been this excited about women's basketball since. No, check that. I ain't never been this excited about women's basketball. Like, listen, I'm looking at my producer. He talking about Paige. That's my favorite player. Like, you know, and y'all know for other reasons, she's a bomb on the court. But that same time she was a freshman as player of the year, she went up in the ESPYs and she talked about the importance of black women. And she said, please, you know, she stand by black women in this sport. So from that moment on, I didn't even know who the young lady was. She's been my favorite player. The fact that she's a bucket getter, only thing missing is the mop. Like that just put the icing on the cake. But she is a straight up bucket getter. The women's game and the money that they're about to start making can be attributed to the 2024 version of Magic and Larry.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what that was. That 1979 game.
I agree.
When the NBA was on tape delay on the West Coast, and the only time you could watch it was when the West Coast was when you watched George Michael's Sports Machine. Hello. I'm going to church now. We just left Easter Sunday. Then they put the white dude from French Lick, Indiana, and you know he brought everybody out the trailer parks. He brought all them out. They wanted to see, they wanted to see a rare bird, and then they wanted to know if y'all still believe in magic. And that game, and then them two going into the Celtics and the Lakers saved the NBA because the dude that carried the NBA was still in middle school at that time, or still in a freshman in high school. So shout out to Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. And so now, because of what they've done, we're going to start just following them. I mean, we may not get to the point where we want to tune into the WNBA or buy tickets, but you're gonna check to see what they're doing.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna start that trend where you listen. And I know y'all might have done it too. When LSU won, I say, oh, I'm in front of the TV Monday night. I ain't never did that for no women's game. I ref the game.
Hey, cuz I did the same thing the other night when I knew LSU and Iowa were playing Monday night, and UConn and USC after that. Man, I ain't watching nothing else. I'm blocking everything. I'm finna watch this game right here.
I think I saw one of the chat. I think Fabe or somebody said that y'all was asking about a call or something like that. You only put that in the chat because you knew everybody was watching this game.
That was me. I put that in there.
Yeah,
that was me.
Has that ever happened?
No.
Maybe last year in the championship game when LSU went on in Iowa. I think I remember Tony said he watched a lot of the game and that was something. But you know, to follow that game up with that girl Juju.
Good.
Oh my God. Wow. Juju, man, Juju got that bag. And then you got Paige, my favorite player, doing her thing. Man, come on, man. The women's game about to and you could tell that they still do little stupid stuff. Like they still aren't used to the spotlight. They make, they go through little stretches with turnovers and bad passes. But they bag, they handle package is getting there. Hey, Juju ain't nothing to play with. And she's attractive. She's gonna be the perfect ambassador.
I know. You said you ain't never. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be honest. I have not been this excited about women's basketball since Pat Summitt was coaching Tennessee. Yep. I can't lie. Holesclaw, when she was dominant and them girls was like winning back-to-back national titles, and Pat Summitt had them girls when you was comparing them to beat certain teams and all that, Candace Parker and all them. Then I started watching when Gino took over because he had some studs come out of there, Taurasi, Maya Moore, all them. So
Maya Moore.
At this point, I'm with Horatio, dude. It's like Caitlin and Angel opened up the door for these young girls and all them to come through, and Juju walked in. She kicked the door down like the Incredible Hulk. She kicked the door down.
Let me give you an example of what we have been over the years when it comes to women's basketball. Now, we have been curious, but we never tried it, and now we trying it. And it's no longer curiosity about women's basketball. We actually enjoying it. So with that being said, man, I'm curious to see what's next for women's college basketball, because Juju and Paige Becker, we need. Are we going to still be able to tune in and watch women's basketball now?
Yeah, Hidalgo and Notre Dame.
We're not going to be watching LSU and Iowa next year. Like we're not going to be watching it now. We may catch USC. But other than Juju, you got multiple stars in the women's game.
See, that's
what's next for women's college basketball.
That's the thing, though, Mike. You just we thinking, with Juju coming in, averaging just under 27 as a freshman. She averaged 26.9 a game as a freshman.
Absolutely.
She almost scored 1,000 points as a freshman. She just kicked the door in, and I'm guarantee you it's going to be more coming in. You're going to check stats for a lot of these, because some girl is going to come out the woodwork. 3 years ago, who really heard of Caitlin Clark? I'll wait.
Her parents.
Well, So I'm glad you said. First of all, Anatolia is 100% right. Flau'jae got next. Well, not got next. She's the one that we gonna be checking alongside of Juju. But let's not forget the Chalea girl over there in South Carolina, the freshman.
Yeah.
Who won the SEC tournament of the year. So here's the thing. Here's why I think the women's game is about to take off. And I remember 2 years ago, I thought the women's game died when Kobe Bryant died. Because I knew I remember telling y'all he was going to be an ambassador for the women's game, him and his daughter.
Right.
And I really thought the women's game took a hit because of that. But I think what's also happening is the women are understanding that they don't have to be men to play this game.
Right.
So now you see the makeup. You see them with a little bit of blush. They making sure their eyelashes are done. They making sure their nails are done. I fell in love with the women's game from watching Saudi Roundtree. I was on
from Georgia
campus with JJ, and she was diving on the floor. You know, okay. I remember seeing some of the games. She diving on the floor, and man, that chick came out at the party that night with her jeans on and started stepping and put that dynasty sign up with the ponytail. I said, "Oh, look at that dog on the floor become a young lady." I was hooked. So I think that's why
one of my favorite players back then, man.
Yeah, but they are embracing their femininity and still being able to be a baller on the floor.
Right.
And so now we can look at it and say, look at that woman play basketball as opposed to saying that chick thinks she a dude.
Right. That makes sense.
You see what I'm saying? I think that has helped the game.
Let me get this in right quick. Two things. With UConn, remember, the rest of their 5-star recruits are out injured for the whole season. AZ Fudd, am I right on that name, Mike? AZ Fudd?
I think so.
Yeah, so she was a star recruit. She was balling last year, but she's out this year. The rest of their star recruits are out this year. Imagine this one is lesser talented teams he's taking to the Final Four, which goes back to coaching. Gino, he always coached, but this is one of the best coaching jobs he did this year. He made it tough on Juju. He blitzed her. Every time she got the ball coming out the court, he blitzed her. That's what LSU didn't do. They put Van Lith on Caitlin, and she would tear her ass up. I don't know why they didn't put Flau'jae on her. She was a little bit taller, a little bit more feisty. That would have made more sense to guard her. But the second thing, also back to the embrace of femininity and girl power. Why are we giving Angel Reese such a hard time? Not we, on the show. I'm talking about when I say we, I'm talking about white folk, white men.
Because she ain't white. Angel Reese is what stuff Angel Reese is doing is the equivalent of like Jalen Rose from college in the Fab Five. The Fab Five were hated. I remember watching that special on the Fab Five, and they were getting hate mail from the University of Michigan alum. They were calling them the N-word and saying all kind of stuff about them. And what Angel Reese has done, number one, Angel Reese is hated because she's a female. Number two, she's a black female. So she's already under the gun with that, with those two for her. But she is the equivalent of LSU were the equivalent of the Fab Five when they was in college. Like it was so many people that hated the Fab Five, especially white people. And that's kind of how they did LSU. And Angel Reese is from the hood. Angel Reese, when she out there playing, she carry herself kind of like a dude. She carry herself kind of ghetto. And that's not what white America wants to see. But she is the equivalent of a Jalen Rose, of a Fab Five on what they went through, on why she was getting hated. That's what they are. Then you got a girl on the team who her daddy, who had passed camouflage, was a rapper. Now she rapping. They're not fitting the mainstream image. That's not what they're doing.
Well, with Angel Reese also, she also speaks her mind. She's not afraid to say what's on her mind. She's not afraid to be who she is. And that, to me, is another reason why she's hated, because, she catching a lot of flack. But do people seem to forget it was C.Clark that started this? She was the one doing it to everybody before she ran up on LSU. And when LSU, Angel Reese was like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't see. Angel Reese grew up around, she had brothers. She played ball with boys. So she came up playing the game tough. She won and talking smack. She from Baltimore. Like you said, she from the hood. And she took it to Maryland, Then she took it to LSU and won a natty. So with her speaking her mind, with her being a nice looking black female who can play ball, yeah, that's a turnoff as opposed to Caitlin Clark, the Prairie girl that can play ball, the equivalent of Pete Maravich in college. You know what I'm saying? A bucket getter who's more of a smile and say what she got to say and walk off. You know, I ain't gonna call her a puppet, but you know, she ain't gonna say nothing out the ordinary. Whereas Angel Reese, you're not gonna stop her from saying what she feels. You know what I'm saying? So she catching it unfairly over some stuff that I believe that, you know, Caitlin Clark, they ain't giving her no problems because she black, because she outspoken. They're gonna go at her, and she lost.
But why are we saying it's unfair?
I'm saying it's unfair because if the roles were reversed, you probably wouldn't hear anybody talking about Caitlin Clark doing that. And you didn't really.
But now, so Angel Reese, and I don't know if this is intentional or not, but Angel Reese has a large following. A lot of that following are the same people that dislike her. Same thing with Floyd Mayweather. Like, part of what she has done and the brand that she's created based on the number of people that follow her and a lot of them being the people that don't like her is why she's worth $2, $3, $4, $5 million. So that comes with it. When you build that brand because you made yourself a spectacle, and I'm not saying that that's good or bad. I'm just saying, you know, that is the price you pay for what you have earned. You know, and also when you decide to jump out there in that mainstream spotlight, and I'm not saying she's wrong for being who she are. I'm just saying, understand that there's some things that need to be tidied up first. Like, you can't be in the spotlight and, well, I ain't gonna say you can't, you can do whatever you want. She embraced that spotlight, and then she had some things on the backside that you probably needed to take care of to not give the haters some fuel. You know, like the low GPA, alleged low GPA. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So when you give them haters fuel, then they gonna use it. So all I'm saying is, if you're gonna step out there, you know, it's kind of like when people be on social media talking about their relationship, and then you don't see them together. Like, what happened? We want to know what happened. Shit, you kept us abreast every day when y'all was good. Now when it ain't going good, you $0.30. So, and I'm not saying she's wrong, but I think that's the balance of it. You know, well, I know you ain't talking about nobody Jeeper. I know that boy ain't talking about nobody Jeeper.
Man, stop. That's a real good point, Shot. That's actually right. If you step on to it, be prepared for the pros and cons.
But the thing is that we don't do, if a guy did this though, we would be saying shit about it though, right?
What happened?
If it was a guy doing this, would we be put his feet to the same fire? We put Angel's feet to the fire. He did the same thing.
I just told you that a guy doing what I ain't. Look at all the scrutiny the Fire was under.
Yeah,
like this is the equivalent. What Angel Reese is saying and doing. Think about what Jalen Rose and
right. I'm gonna say you named the person.
Weber, all them boys went through. Shoot, this is the same thing.
But Jalen was the outspoken one. He was the one that was like prime example. He was the one that was outspoken, but remember, he got caught at the crack house and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? On the west side over here, and because he was outspoken and he did hit, they gave him the business. Now he went up to Illinois and utterly destroyed them. But Horatio bring up a good point. When you open your mouth, be prepared for people to back you. Be prepared for people to scrutinize you, especially if they find something that you portraying and they can use it to their advantage. That's actually an excellent point.
And again, I'm not saying that the people are right for what they were doing to us. Excuse me, I had to lift my left cheek up to just stuff out.
He's back for real.
I'm just saying when you my fault. I was just being honest. If you look at the followers and you take, I know for real, goodness gracious, if you take away some of the followers that don't like her, then that cuts into some of, in some of her revenue. You see what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is you gotta, there's a good and a bad that come to that. That come with that. That's all I'm saying.
That's true.
Yep.
I can't argue that.
Angel Reese has declared for the draft today, so I wish she would have stayed one more year. I get it. You want to go to lead as your dream. There's some things she needs to work on. A little bit more footwork, some handles. Maybe improve the jump shot just a little bit. She's left-handed.
About it though, she's a rebounding machine.
17 and 20 on Monday night.
Yeah, and her average was 18 and 13 for the year.
Yeah,
she's a rebounding machine, and she might be able to serve some service because of.
Man, she balled out the other night though, boy. 16 and 20.
Yeah,
and she balled.
Yeah. At the risk of sounding like an Angel Reese hater, and I'm certainly not. I didn't see nothing in Angel Reese game that tells me she's gonna be impactful early in the NBA.
She is gonna be a female Draymond Green.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Like whenever Angel Reese get the ball, there is no move. It's she like that power drop step. If you ain't moving, she throwing it up on the glass. Now she does have what I would call, now that we're comparing them to men a little bit, not comparing them to men, but using the same analogy. She looks like she's fast twitch, like she can get to the ground and get back up real quick, which is how she gets a lot of rebounds. But boy, Angel got to work on her footwork. If she was a guy, we would be destroying her offensive game right now. Destroying it. She looks like the Dwight Howard coming out of high school.
Yeah, that's a good comparison. I like the Draymond Green one.
There's no footwork with her, none.
More so, but she needs to. Her handle needs to be a little bit stronger because it looked like with the last foul when she fouled out, she wasn't in control. It's like she just trying to like a bull in a china shop.
She was trying to bully her way in. She wasn't in control.
Wasn't in control, but at the same time, that other person was moving. So it's a bang play you could say, but at the same time, it is what it is.
That's what I was trying to tell y'all the other night. Just because somebody moving don't mean it can't be a charge.
I thought it was a block.
It can still be a charge. She went through the girl. She dropped her arm, her shoulder, and went through the girl.
That's why I asked you, Mike, use the ref. I don't really know all of the rules, so I thought it had to be, although Angel was going to the rack and she was going in a way where it looked like it didn't look like the girl established good position to say it was a charge. But I'm not a ref. I'll leave that to you and Shot. That's why I asked you.
I thought in real time, it looked like a charge. When you hit the replay, I think it was a block, but nobody's gonna get mad at the ref for that. Because like you say, in real time, she looked like she didn't have nowhere to go. Like Faye put it best. She was a bull in a china shop.
Yeah.
That's why I say she needs to stay another year. Get your footwork down, handles, improve your jump shot, be more flexible.
That was a jump shot right there.
Yeah.
To be honest.
If she had a jump shot, she had a jump shot.
Ain't nothing at LSU but practice and class.
Hey, let me tell you something about Angel Reese. Angel Reese won a national championship. She got $3-4 million in NIL deal. What she need to stay for? She finna be a top 10 pick and make that $70,000. So what she need to stay for?
Get a couple more million.
Because working on her game, she can work on her game with pros. Like I hear people say that all the time. Stay another year so you can work on your game. Don't you think you're gonna be able to work on your game better with professionals than college? So staying another year for what?
Nah, she need to go because they gonna expect her to go to class, and that ain't her thing.
Nah, that's why she was out in 5 games in November. Nobody ain't gonna talk about. Also heard they said she had an abortion, but I don't think that's true. But that's neither here nor there.
I don't care about that. That's why I don't care about that. Ain't my thing.
No. Last topic, guys. NBA end of season stretch to hear the Eastern Conference standings right here. I wish Tony Arnold was on the show tonight so I could talk about his Milwaukee Bucks, talk about Doc Rivers, how his team is under 500 since he took over the Milwaukee Bucks. They still number 2.
Oh my God!
Let's neither here nor there. So Boston has clinched the top seed. They're 12 games in front of everybody else at minimal. So the Chicago Bulls have clinched the play-in spot. shots, heat culture. They have an opportunity to get to the 6th spot if they can win a few more games and any other slips up. But in the Eastern Conference, start with you, Mike. Which team is going to bring the Celtics the most misery in the playoffs?
It ain't the Bucks. The Bucks are the top team that can give the Celtics problems when it comes to the playoff. I will go Bucks. I don't really trust Cleveland and Orlando and New York, and actually Miami and Philadelphia. But the Bucks are the top team to contend with Boston. Like Boston is off to a unreal start, and Boston don't win the championship this year. I don't know. I don't know about them, man. If they can't win it this year, but the Bucks with Giannis and Chris Middleton, they the biggest challenger.
The Bucks are 1-2 against the Celtics this year. Go ahead, Daniel.
The way Boston has been playing, I really can't say much about somebody in the East. The Bucks probably would be the biggest challenge. You get Joel in playing shape, he may cause a problem with him. I really can't see Eastern Conference wise.
Yeah, Joel might not even get in.
Right.
Might not even get in the playoff.
Yeah,
that's what's crazy.
Orlando got the length and they got some scores that made, but they're inexperienced. Jalen Brunson been playing out of his mind, but then again, that's New York.
Hey, what's the name coming back? Julius Randle. Julius Randle ain't coming back?
Might not have said anything.
I thought he was back, but he may not be.
He hasn't been back. It was Mitchell Robinson that came back to him, tweaked his ankle again. He was back out.
Yeah, I mean Cleveland. I'm not really sure who will really give Boston any problems Eastern Conference wise. Besides Milwaukee, that's the Eastern Conference Finals probably. But if Boston don't win it, would you split that team up? Would you just blow it up? And if you did, you keeping Tatum, right?
Who's gonna pick up Jaylen Brown's $300 million contract?
Oh, right, man, you right. That contract
and his non-left hand. Who's gonna pick that up?
God, I forgot about that contract.
Drew Holiday.
But if they don't win it, then what? That's the thing. What you do?
I mean, you got to look at coaching from there. We gave you everything you need to win. We gave you literally everything. You should actually be honest with you. They should really have 65 wins. If you really want to be honest, they should have 65 wins. But that just means they should have 65 wins. Go ahead, Shot. Who gives the Celtics the most trouble in the East?
As much as I hate to say it, I'm gonna have to go with Milwaukee. I'm starting to really, I'm starting to really believe that that Doc don't know what he's doing. As much as we've been trying to root for him and we want Fade to shut the hell up and all of this and all of that, man. Doc, man, you can't be under 500, my guy. Like it's just not a look good. It's not a good look for the team. Like we rooting for you so Fade can be quiet and you making us look bad. I'm just calling it how I see it, man. I wasn't never really no big fan anyway. I kind of was believing what Fade was saying. We started looking at it like, dog, you ain't really did nothing. But now when you come in here, you take that squad with big game Dame and you under 500, dog, you stealing money. You stealing money. You stealing money. Like come on, man. You like the plague, man. So I'm gonna go with I'm gonna skip dog. And I'm gonna go back with my guy, the genius, Eric Spoelstra, and I'm gonna assume he's gonna come up with the appropriate blueprint, the Boston Killer 2.0 virus that's gonna be ready for them boys in the playoffs. That's what I'm going with, Eric Spoelstra.
If Miami can get out that play-in situation, they're going to the conference finals. You can book it. So
to who? Miami?
If Miami gets out the play-in, they're going to the conference finals. you can book it.
All right, so let's look at their path real quick. If we playoffs started now, the play-in started now, you saying Miami will beat Philadelphia, okay? So then Miami will be the 7th seed. So Miami will take on Milwaukee. You like Miami beating Milwaukee in the first round?
Yes.
And then you like Miami beating either Cleveland or Indiana in the second round?
I do.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Because Indiana has no defense. They have no defense. They have no defense. Let's go to the West right quick. The Nuggets, the race for the top seed is very intriguing. You got Denver in the lead. They're half a game ahead of Minnesota and OKC. The Clippers, they're 3 games out of the play-in spot. The Lakers, everybody has 44 wins except for Golden State in that section right here. And if things fall the way they can, the Lakers could possibly get out the play-in. Phoenix get out the play-in. Sacramento, I don't trust them. Mike Brown, their coach, I don't trust them. Out of these 4 teams in the play-in, which team is more likely to make a run to the final shot?
Give me the 4 again.
Sacramento, Phoenix, LA, and Golden State. Which one's likely to be in the conference finals?
Oh,
Listen. And I'm not gonna take up too much time in saying this. All right, you're not gonna fool me thinking that KD and Booker gonna get it right. You're not gonna fool me and make me think that LeBron is because it's LeBron and they gonna figure it out. You're not fooling me with that. Same way I went with NC State, I'm going with Sacramento. You're not fooling me with KD and Book no more. I'm over that. You ain't finna keep coming back in my life, chick. I'm done. You're not getting me this time. Where's Anatoly? He must be doing homework. The Lakers ain't going far. No. I'm going with Sacramento, some new people. You ain't fooling me with Book and LeBron. I ain't buying it. Nope, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
You said you're not gonna fool me. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Fool me 5 times, shame on me. Not gonna do it. Listen, man.
Man, do you know there's a possibility we could not have Steph Curry, LeBron James, Kevin Durant in the playoff? That's crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad for the league. But listen. A year ago, we was actually talking about how close the Lakers was to beating Denver in game 1 and then game 2.
And game 3.
And game 3.
And game 4.
All the way to the pantry where we grabbed the broom and swept ass up out of there. So, y'all ain't fooling me no more, bro. Nah. Anatoly was talking about 1 or 2 more shots and we
I remember that.
Yeah, he said blame LeBron. He said trade LeBron. Trade LeBron.
That was on their home court. Wait till we get back. Nah, bro. No. I'm going with Sacramento, Faye, to answer your question.
All right. Damon and Mike, then we got to go.
Shot made me to rethink my whole thing. Like, you go to the voter poll and you go check everything out. Like, oh, man, he brought up a good point. Might have to vote for him. Shot bring up a good point. I was gonna say Phoenix, me personally. Sacramento is the new blood, and they got some ballers out there. So I'm gonna stick with Phoenix. I'm gonna stick with Phoenix.
Yeah, I'm going with Phoenix, but
I'm gonna stick with Phoenix.
I'm gonna go with the Clippers.
Who you got, Mike?
let me tell you something about Phoenix right here. If Phoenix win the play-in game, they're gonna be the 7th seed. I can see them beat Minnesota simply because Minnesota's a young team. Then you got OKC against New Orleans, and that next round, I can see Phoenix getting by them. Like these younger teams, Minnesota, OKC, Orlando, Cleveland, I don't trust them.
If Jamal Murray is not healthy in the playoffs, all bets are off. And Jamal Murray has to be healthy for Denver to win. That's the only way it works. Before we go, I got some sad news to report. Got some sad news to report from. If you guys remember Vernon Fountain from Fort Valley.
Who?
Vernon Fountain, he was a Sigma.
That name, so I seen a picture. Somebody, I think it was Mock. He put a picture out on Facebook. He looked familiar to me.
Yeah, he passed away today of a massive stroke.
Ooh,
Hate seeing when we seemed like we had Mark Gill last year, and of course we just had the anniversary of Reggie in LA a couple weeks ago. And Vernon Fountain, he passed away today. He went even close to, he was maybe 50, 51. And the sad news to just pass on that. But he was a Sigma. Willie shot me the news today with that. Also keep your prayers up for Willie Hollins. Also, he's still in the hospital right now, so trying to figure out what's going on with him. And Baby's still in the hospital also too, doing rehabilitation from aneurysm.
Who in the hospital?
You remember Willie Hollins used to stay in G Hall 101?
Yes, I remember. Okay.
And you remember Baby?
Who?
from
Baby.
Millersville?
Baby from Millersville.
Baby.
Yeah, I remember Baby.
Yeah, he been in the hospital for the last couple months. Had an aneurysm about a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Baby who?
Jonathan Jackson.
I don't know if you remember him, Shy. He kind of look Indian. He was from Millersville.
Always in the studio playing cards, smoke weed every day.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
Hey man, listen. Ratio halfway didn't come on campus. He didn't know him. He didn't know him at all.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know who you're talking about.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's gonna be our show. Probably gonna be on Sunday to recap the women's final and some other sports. We out. We holler.